What is up everybody? In this video I'm going to be telling you how you can film your marathon. What is up everybody and welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing, people? Well, let me know in those comments and while you're down there tell me, are you planning on filming your marathon? Now this is a funny topic, but I do see it pop up in the Facebook groups a lot. And if you're not already part of the 40 Runs Facebook group, make sure you join. Check out the links in the description. Okay, right, so filming the marathon. Now, you might want to, if you're not a YouTuber like me, want to film doing the marathon for your memories or whatever. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Great idea. Anyway, there's a couple of ways to do it. And there's a couple of bad ways and there's a couple of good ways. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you what I think is the best way to film your marathon. Okay, so I've seen people ask, should I get a GoPro? Should I stick my phone on all this sort of stuff? Should I stick it to my hat? Should I stick it to my chest? How am I going to be able to carry it? What's the best camera and all that sort of stuff? And I'm going to be coming through all that in a minute with the best camera and all that sort of stuff. But the first thing is, little tip from me, the worst place you can put it is on your chest because it just bounces up and down. And it doesn't matter what stabilization is in the camera, it doesn't ride it out and you'll feel sick. Filming with your camera is not recommended because it'll be like this the whole way around unless you're walking and you can get it, that's fine. And maybe you want to stop over, like if you're doing London Tower Bridge and film it, that's a cool way of doing it. Putting it on your cap is not a bad way. Some people you'll see they put like a head mount on and put it on the top of a cap. That is probably one of the better ways of doing it. But the only thing is if you want to talk to the camera, you've got to turn it off, take it off and turn it round to you. Carrying a selfie stick over 26.2 miles is not for everybody. Obviously I've done that, which is not the best thing in the world because it can become a pain in the bum after about 13 miles. And what are the other ways? I've seen people just carrying it, you know, in their hand and stuff. That's a perfectly good way, and you can stick it in your flip belt. That's probably one of the better ways of doing it. But I think I've got in this video the best way to film your, whether it be London Marathon, Berlin Marathon, or whatever marathon you're doing. Okay, so I was sent by the guys at Insta 360, a new camera. Now, this is not paid by Insta 360. They don't get any control over this video. I've got to do like, I think it's like 5 posts on social media, or whatever it is that we usually have to do when we get sent these things. But I'm not saying this camera is the one to use because I've been sent it. It's because I think it's the best one to use. Now, if you're new to the channel, I film a lot on the Insta 360 One X2, and I'm going to do a video after we've done all our marathons and go through all the different cameras. But the Insta 360 camera I'm going to talk about today, I think is the best one if you're doing a marathon. Okay, so here it is, the Insta 360 Go 2. Now, this camera is tiny. Look at it, look. It fits into basically what is an iPhone AirPods case, effectively. Look how small that is. And it is perfect. It really, really is. It's small, it's easy to carry, and it's so easy to use. You wouldn't believe it. We'll get onto that in a minute. But let's do the stats and features first of the Insta 360 Go 2. Okay, so the Go 2, which is here, by the way, it's not the whole case, it's magnetised, so it's a little bit tough to get out there, but it sticks in there, is that size, right? So, thumb, see what I mean about size? And the stats and feature, we've got stabilisation built into the camera, which is cool. We've got it with the mount anywhere, so it's magnetised and it goes anywhere. We've got it's a 1440p 50 FPS, so you can slow it down real nice in terms of your footage. It's waterproof. You've got some auto editing on there. You've got hyperlapse, you've got slow-mo. You do have the remote control and you can use Wi-Fi preview. You can connect it up to the Insta 360 app. This is the case that it comes with, and it's got like these little legs on it, so you can set, if I use the box, like a shot up like that, and you can, you know, set it up if you want to do stuff like that. But while you're running along in the marathon, I don't know, you probably want to hold it like that or something, or like that. You've got the record button on there, and while it's in here, it's charging. This is what you've got to remember, and this is the key to it. There's no sort of outside storage. Everything is recorded on the camera, so you don't have to worry about SD cards or anything like that. And in terms of battery, like I say, while it's in here, it's charging. It's like your AirPods. And all you do pretty much is when you're ready to record, you can either hit record there, or if you've got it out of the case, I'm trying not to pull that off, you literally just click it once and it starts recording. Now the audio in this thing is surprisingly good for its size. It's not going to win, I would say, awards for its audio versus some of the competitors out there, but you're using this for ease, for its size, and it's for its ease over the marathon distance. You can stick that in, have I got a flip belt? Yeah, stay there. Look, for example, you can stick that in your flip belt and run along with it. You wouldn't even notice you've got it, and then you can pull it out and you can film. Now the other cool thing with this is that if you want to, and where is it? And I wouldn't recommend it for the marathon, they've got a pendant here that you can put around your neck, and if you take it out of the box, you can stick it to. Now you wear that around your neck, and that, if you put that between your t-shirt, but I personally wouldn't recommend that for the marathon, maybe over a half marathon distance. That wouldn't irritate you too much. We've got some cool mounts. You can put it in there. Oh, turn it around, make sure, because again it's magnetised, so make sure you put it on the right way. Now that can flip onto your cap, and I'm not going to do it, but basically that can go onto your cap and that can film as you're going around as well. You could also put that on, maybe if you've got a hydration vest, stick it on there like that. It's another idea. But can you see how simple it is to use? But because of its size, it's so user friendly. There are a couple of drawbacks, but there are not many of them. Now for me, just so you know how I'm going to be using it, I'm actually going to start with it connected up to this selfie stick. Let me just take that out. And I've not got the adapter, but it's over there. But basically that's going to be sitting on there so I can extend it out, if I could with the pole. But that's going to be sitting like that so I can change the different variations of it. But I'm going to get rid of this. About halfway, I'll pass that to one of my family. And then I'll be left with just this, and it will sit in here for the rest of the video. So what I was saying, there are a few drawbacks. The main one I would say is that I'm worried about, which is just not going to happen, filling it up, because you do have, and I can't remember the exact amount of storage on here. I think from memory it's like 30 gigabytes, but I may be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I've got that wrong, but I think it's about 30. Let me have a look what I usually film on the 64s, one of those, but because it's standalone, it has its self-storage, I think it's 30, but I may be wrong. I also film on the Pro Plus version, which has got the max stabilization. I'm also going to be filming in linear, just so you know, and that's, so it's that way, it's a little bit less goldfish bowl. But sorry, I was talking about the downsides. The downside, I think, is the storage for me. I'm going to be worried the whole way around that I'm going to run out of storage, even though I won't, but that's just me. I'm also worried about battery life, despite having it in the case. That's another, but again, you won't have any issues, but that's just me, and I'm being honest, is the stuff that I'm worrying about. So I'm going to be conscious of it. The only other thing that I'm really conscious about it is the fact that it captures the sort of soul of the event. Sometimes with some cameras, you lose with the audio, and this has got reasonable audio for its size. You've got to remember how big this is. You do lose some of the atmosphere and that kind of stuff. So sometimes it could be a little bit, I'm not so sure, but I think you're giving, what I'm giving up in terms of some of the other bits and bobs is I'm getting back in terms of the convenience of the size. So yeah, so maybe the audio is not the best in the world, and maybe I'll lose some of the atmosphere and the use of, you know, the shots I can get with it, but ultimately I'm getting convenience with it, and that's the key thing to it. Quick add that I didn't mention, the case is not waterproof, so be careful, the case is not waterproof. So it is raining, don't be going along like that with it out in the rain. I would take it out of the case, because this is waterproof, and hold the camera on its own. That's the only thing I would say about the downside. What else? Oh, price. So you're talking basically, I'm going to say 300 quid. And I'll put a link into the description below. You can check it out. It's on Amazon. It's an affiliate link. We earn like a penny or something from if you buy it through that. But check it out for yourself. But I think it's about £300 on Amazon, which I don't think, considering what the other cameras are out there, so like the GoPros of this world, I think this is a cheeky little alternative. So if you are looking to film your marathons for keepsake, or maybe you want to start vlogging or whatever, I do think this is the best option for you in terms of filming those marathons.